Hi, Penny with Sage Butterfly Designs. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm back. I know I usually record on Tuesday, but Tuesday I ended up having an elopement, and then I left town Wednesday and Thursday across the state to see the parents. And so today I'm doing it. My husband left. Well, that came out wrong. It sounds like he left me. He left on a trip. He left on time. Okay. No, he actually left on a trip. He went on a fishing trip with his best friend, which means I get a weekend to myself. I do have an elopement tomorrow with a large photo package. It is 2 hours, but that's it. That's the only responsibility I have on me for tomorrow, for the weekend, even for today. Today I'm doing my video, obviously, but other than that, I'm going to have some stitching time, so I'm excited about that. Let's see, what other updates do I have for you? I just told you I went across the state to see my parents, and I'll give you an update on them at the end of the video. I'm going to piece it across so it's not too much personal at one time, or not too much not personal, whatever, I don't know. Just whatever feels right, you know. I can't stress out about the little details of when do I put this into the video. Whenever I do, that's what I do. Anyway, a quick update with Beau. I'm gonna put a picture in here of my stitch chair and his bone eating chair, apparently. Yes, he is bolt rotten. Y'all know that though, come on. I'll put some videos and some more information about him at the end of the video. In the meantime, he happens to be right there. He's hiding behind me on the bed. He's loving the fact that he's allowed on the bed now. Yeah, look, check it out. It's a clean bed. The only thing on there is my laptop pad over... you'll figure it out. You'll see it over there. The laptop pad, and underneath that is Artie's package that needs to go out next week, as well as a package that's going out to Kim Murphy of that one stitcher 171. There's a package for her too. So they'll be going out next week. I've been telling them, oh yeah, I'm mailing this. Yeah. Pup's moving now. You come up here and say hi? No? Okay. You do you. Yeah. You do you. Yeah, we're gonna show everybody about you. So, as you see, my crafting room and guest room and office are all one room. Most of my craft stuff I do keep tucked away for the most part. So when it comes time for, oh, you got a toy? No, that's a loud toy. People don't want to hear that toy. Oh no. I do keep things packed away mostly. So when it comes to doing FFOs, I have to pull everything out and take it to the dining room. So here's a picture of that. So when I do FFO, I do all my FFOs because it is such a process to like move everything, do it, move everything back. Obviously I'm gonna have to take that away from him. Hold on just a moment. Okay. I know y'all did not want to hear that squeaky toy. That's my life, not y'all's. FFOs. I was finishing an FFO Maniac. Yeah, I'll even go that far. So, April, I said my goal was to FFO 3 items. That's my month's goal. I got 7. I got 7. Oh yeah. I got 7 to show you. Ready? Okay. First one, well, the first 2 are kind of cheaty ones because they're the tuck pillows from Artie the Vintage Stitcher. So all I had to do was just put it in there and secure it. But it's still a finish. It can still be displayed. It's still a finish. And I don't have a sewing machine. and I'm a lazy hand sewer. So I put, I think it's called Wonder Under. It's the web fusing, something like that. I'm not a sewer, people, so you're gonna be all like, what the heck is she talking about? But it's I think it's called web interfacing, the heat bond, I think is what it's called. I don't know. Any rate, I put it on the back of the stitch, put it on there, ironed it onto the pillow, and then I took and used the hemming tape, the fusible hemming tape, and I put it in there, and then I ironed it on, so it's all on there. It's secure, and I didn't have to sew it. So there's my first FFO. And then I did the same thing with this one. So, oh, I guess I should tell you what it is, shouldn't I? Oh no, I just get so excited about things and then I forget to tell you all the little details. Okay, so I have my notes over here on the computer, so I'll be looking over this way for a minute. This is the March Months of the Year by Littlehouse Needleworks. It is on 14 count dye DMC, and the threads are just threads from Stash. And I already told you it's a tuck pillow by the Vintage Stitcher. Ha, got it all out that time. Next up is the Seasons of the Heart Autumn, and this is by the Blue Flower, and it's in the called for DMC on 18 count marble zweigart. So, and I did the same process with it as I did the other one. I'll put it a little bit closer so you can see it. You're more interested in that than me. I get this one close enough for you? It's right there still on my desk. Okay. Now you're done with the pillows, right? Enough pillows, Penny. Put it away. All right, next. If you remember, we did the Starlings. This is a free pattern by the Owl Forest Embroidery. I did it on 14 count oatmeal. And let's see here. And I used random silks from my stash. I got it all by, there's a thread back here that was annoying me. So yeah, so that's pretty. I'm happy with that. Just a simple little hoop finish on that one. Now you're like, Penny, you said you finished things, and it's like pretty sad finishes. And I admit those ones were a little bit sad, but they're still finishes. I'll take them. But this one, you're gonna like this one. This one's really, really pretty. Last time you saw it, I did not have the buttons on it, but this is bulb, and I added the buttons to it. And this is from Shepherd's Bush, 14 count Zephyr, I believe is the material. Let me see here. Yeah, Zephyr from Picture This Plus. And as you see, I found this fabric at Joann's, and I got a piece of glue hanging there. I got the fabric, the floral fabric from Joann's, and then this is just a piece of sticky board, and this is, as you see, it's kind of wide. This is a piece of just canvas. I think it's a 5x7 canvas, and this was a 3x5 maybe, or something like that. 3x4. I don't remember the exact dimensions. Any rate, sticky board and a piece of canvas from the Dollar Tree that I covered in this fabric that I found at Joann's. I love it. How spring, how cute. That's more of a finish. I put more effort into that one, right? Okay, so those were my finishes. Well, those were my FFOs. Now, because I told you there were 7 of them, now I have a finish that you didn't see and an FFO. So I finished it and FFO'd it since you've last seen it. The first one is Freedom by Teresa Kogut, and that's on 14 count aida. I think it's just ivory. Sand. And I started this on January 4th, and I got it finished. And I had, I want to say I got the fabric from Dollar Tree. It might have been Walmart, one of the two. I bought the little pom-poms from Joann's. And then it's just sticky board and I think it's like it's real thin canvas board from Hobby Lobby. And yes, you just saw me do this. I had this in a tote on the bed, and I got all my finishes in there, and I left the door open, and I come back in, and Mr. Beau had it in his mouth. You can imagine my yeah. He's still alive, as you see. He didn't tear it up too bad. He just loosened up a little bit of the thing, so I need to hot glue it again. So it needs a little bit of hot glue, but I'm still happy with it. It just needs a little help. At least he didn't destroy it, right? Oh my gosh, I would have, yeah. Love our animals, love our animals. He's laying down right here. Okay, the next one, I was almost finished with it, and I finished it, and then I FFO'd it, and it came with the, it's Spring by Stitching with the Housewives, and it came with that finishing blue gingham. I didn't use it. I found this ribbon at Joann's, loved it, and it screamed this pattern for me. So without further ado, here is Spring. So this is just, I think it's an 8x10 block, but don't count my measurements as gospel. It's a burlap canvas that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then sticky board, the Spring with, I did put, because of the white, the knit, so I worried about it just going straight onto a sticky board, so I did put batting on this one. And then this flower ribbon I found at Joann's, and I was like, oh, I have got to have that. That is, yes. So I'm very happy with this one. Let's see, I did put some work into some FFOs. So yes, actually, I should do one more time because try to get it a nice little screenshot. Gotta have fun. I have to have fun and amuse myself. Okay, my next finish, all I had left was the beading. So I got the beading done, and then I framed it, and yeah, I did cheat and put it into a little hoop thing. But it's my April, here's a little hoop hanger thing that wants to fall down. But here is the cat with all the little beadings, little rain showers. I think it was called April showers or something like that. April showers, the sweetheart tree, 28 count Dense Fog Joblean. So those were all my FFOs. So wow, me, right? Yeah, amazing. Don't count on seeing any before May anymore because it's not going to happen. Speaking of which, I've got 3 more finishes. Yep. I've been stitching machine. I told you I have a FFO and finishing Maniac. Hold on, I need to get my board. Okay. Alright, so the first one, Bunny Garden, and it's not ironed. You all know I'm not going to iron this stuff until I'm ready to FFO it. I'd have to iron it and then iron it again, so what's the point? So, this is the bunny garden, Stitches with the Housewives. It is on 32 count lavender mist, I believe. Let me check my notes here. I won't lie to you. Let's see here. Mostly called Classic Color Work, some DMC conversion, stitched on 32 count Lavender Cloud by Fabric Flare. And I started it on February 1. So that's all that info on it. Now, as far as the chart itself, this garden sign was supposed to be up here, and I moved it down here just because that was such a huge cabbage. Oh my gosh, it took forever to stitch that cabbage for some reason. So I was like, well, let's just move the sign over here. And the sign was supposed to be filled in with the white, and I just liked it. This fabric was light enough that I thought that it worked without it, so I did not stitch that. So all in all, I think it's cute. I'll do some kind of a finish with that. I'll do some sort of a thing about maybe a flat fold, and if it's a flat fold, I need to send it to Artie, so I need to decide on that pretty quick so it can go out in Artie's box. But that's Bunny, and like I said, I'll decide pretty quick on if I want her to finish it for me for next year, or if I'm just going to do some kind of a flat finish with it, or what. So probably should do a flat fold so that it can sit up at a spot. Okay, I'll think on that later because y'all don't want to watch me think. It could be a long time. All right, next one is the excellent Easter scene. I actually finished it. The last stitch, all I had was the back stitching left, and I got that done this morning. So this is the free pattern from Glendon Place. Let me look at my notes here. Let's see here. 14 count ivory Aida, called for DMC and Qriket, and I started it on 3/1. So I think it turned out really cute, really pretty. The amount of colors on this thing is insane. I think I counted them. There was like 33 colors in a small egg. And I mean, some of them were like, ooh, mailman's here. I might have to put this on pause because I think I got haul out there. Like on the stems, there's exactly 5 stitches of that one shade of green here and 6 stitches on that one. So I had like 1 strand out of the 6, 1 length of thread, take out 1 strand, and I had leftover. I'm like, yeah. So some of these colors you barely use. I mean, it turns out really pretty, so it wasn't the end of the world. I think some colors could have been reused a little bit better, but oh well, you know. Like I said, it turned out really cute. This one is going to Artie, so it will go in her box. And what I want to do with it is make it a stand-up pillow. I think that would be cute, so that it could just stand up at Easter time on any table I want that he can't reach. Hopefully by next Easter, he'll outgrow the getting on everything and stealing everything and possibly eating 95% of everything. Yeah. So we're hoping this is a stage that will be outgrown. We can hope. All right, last finish is, this is called Flowers for Fall by the Little Stitch Girl. 14 count vintage oak by Zweigart. And I started this on 2/22. So there is that one. I'll probably just do some kind of a flat finish on that one. So I'm not gonna rush that one out already. But yeah, actually I've got lots of fabric left over, and I'm debating on if I should just cut it or if I should just stitch something up here and just have a double piece. I'll probably cut it. Would hate for something to happen to this piece while I'm working on something up here. So I'll cut it. One decision made. Okay. So in April, I said I was going to finish those items, and they're all finished. All the things that I said I would finish for April, I finished. All my smalls. Yay. But that means my whips kind of suffered a little bit. But that's okay, because I still got half the month. But when I did need to look at something different, I did. Sorry, they're still in their bags. I was trying to make it a little bit easier on me. Christmas Eve. Why don't I show you the pattern? I haven't showed you any of the patterns on the other ones because they're already packed up and gone. Okay, Christmas Eve by Cottage Garden. And this is the Santa. They call it Christmas Eve. I call it Santa because it's Santa. So, yeah. But yes. Okay. Let you all Google over that for a while. All right, now. Last time you saw, I just had the red part of his coat done. I had the red and the gold part of his coat done. And my goal for April Yes, I can't even remember what month it is. We're halfway through it and I still don't know what month it is. Okay, so was to get the white done. Well, I've got white here and here. And as you see, I've got that far on the white. So, actually I said the fur done, so actually it's the white and the gray. But as you see, I just got the white parts done of it. But it's coming along. Got touched. Still loving this fabric, loving the pattern. I pull it out and it puts a smile on my face. That's the most important part of stitching, right? Okay. And my other whip, yeah, 2 whips. Hey, I did all those finishings. Okay, my second whip. I know I shouldn't even have to show you this pattern because y'all have seen it so much. Floral Dream by Nora Corbett. And my goal for April is to finish this blanket, and I have this much of it. Well, I did have this much of it left of the quilt blanket, whatever we're going to call it. And here is where we are at. So I got, what did I do on it? Let me look at it for a second. I think I mainly worked over in here and here is where I got. So I still have, it goes down this way, I think. So I still got a good portion to do. I don't know if it's all going to happen in April. All we can do is try, and if we don't make it, you know what? There's always May. So we'll do the best we can with that one. But I'm enjoying it and love the colors on it. So those were my 2 whips that I worked on. So I'm like, okay, well, but I did finish a bunch, and I got, like, I'm trying to sit here and rationalize it. That's what I did. Move on. Y'all are just happy to see me do something, right? It's all good. All right, so I had some starts too. The main thing was those finishes, though. I did the finishes, and I got some start. Okay, so my first start is the Stitch Along, which is Freebie. All American Freebie by Silver Creek Samplers. And this is the Stitch Along with Kimberly of that one Stitcher 171. And I stitched on this just one day. It was quite a bit one day. Might have been 2 days. But isn't he cute? And I've got him, and you can actually see it a little bit in the thing. I've put him on the worded patriotic thing. Let me see here. Let me read out what I got here. 18 count fabric flare patriotic, 1 strand called for Weeks Dye Works. And I started it on 4/7. So that's strange for me to do 1 strand, but the coverage is actually really good. I'm usually a 2-strand person. So that was different for me to do 1 strand, but I'm liking the coverage and everything. So, and that's what the direction said was 1 strand on 18 count. So I was going by what the pattern said. And yeah, I'm liking it. So, but yep, so that's Freebie. It's supposed to be touched on. This is my Friday stitch, and I have not stitched on. I was doing the back stitching on the egg today instead of stitching on. So I'll stitch on this evening because I don't have a husband. I don't have to watch no weird TV. I can just stitch tonight. Oh yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna watch while I'm stitching. Oh, actually I do know what I'm gonna watch. I'm still catching up on Flosstube things. I'll be watching some Flosstube and some stitching, and this one's going to get primary focus. So yes, that's what I'm working on tonight. All right, my other start is Qriket Collection Beachy Mood. And as you see, the letters in here are really light, especially the H and the E. And the more I looked at it, the more I decided that I wanted to switch out the letters. So I've got all the called for DMCs, and then I switched out the letters with Weeks Dye Works. So the letters of Beach are being traded out. And here is where I got to. I started with the A. Put it like that so you can see it, see the colors in it. And that's in Daylily. And then it's got the starfish, and there's one flip-flop, or most of one flip-flop, and then the other flip-flop is in there. So pull up A so you can see it. So it's the starfish, and then you see the two flip-flops, and I've got one of them on there. And I think I'm going to go this direction, and then I'll go back that direction, but I want to do the castle, and then I'll do the sea and go on. So yeah, that's the direction I'm planning to stitch. And let me put it back up there for you to look at. I need the board. Okay, so here it is. Let me read off all the stuff for you so you know what you're looking at. All right, we've got 18 count raw by Stitched Modern, and I'm doing the 2 strands. Even though it's 18 count, I'm doing 2 strands on this one. Got twice that. Usually I do 2 strands, and I like the coverage on this. So even though it says 18 count, it looks like it's a big 18 count to me for some reason. And I already told you I'm doing the letters with Weeks Dye Works, and I started this on 410. So that's all the information. And I probably had that way off center, probably crazy looking, but y'all just stitch. Don't worry about me. But I've got the, this here's the castle goes here. So the A is done. And like I said, I gotta get my other flip-flop and stuff on there. But I don't know if you can see it. I don't think, yeah, no, you can't. But the 18 count, it seems like it's a big 18. I mean, looking at it, I would say it's a 16. But the two threads don't look too bulky or anything on there, so I like it. That's all that matters, right? Okay, put this away real quick. I think my cleanup only take me an hour instead of 3 hours. It's usually not that long. This seems like it because you're like, take everything out, put everything away and everything like that. All right, so last year I found out about, because I'm like behind on all this stuff, I found out that there's this thing called Maynia, where you start everything in May. And I'm like, I didn't know about that. So I wasn't prepared for it. And I was just starting my stitching multiple things. I think I might have had like 2 or 3 whips at that point. Yeah, I was just starting on that. Now look at me, right? Yeah, it don't take long. So I decided I would go ahead and kit up some of the projects that I really want to start this year. And if I start them during Mania, great. And if I don't, oh well. You know, but I want to be prepared, so I was like, well, let me just kit up the things I want to do anyway, and then if I start them, I start them. They'll be ready to go. But if I don't have it kitted before May, then I can't start it. I'm not going to kit up something and start it in May. At least that's what I'm telling myself right now, right? So I was like, just hold on a moment. All right, so I kitted a few things. Like I said, getting ready for, like I said, if it starts May, great. If not, oh well, I'll start them sometime this year. So the first one is Cinnamon Stars. The glare on it. There we go. I love this pattern. Ashley of A Little Patience XS showed her stitching on it. And I was like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. So yeah, I got it. Always being enabled. So I am stitching mine on. I'm gonna have to put on my glasses. Y'all just got to laugh at me or whatever. So I can read these things. I am putting it on 25 count Country Mocha. And I am using all of the called for Gentle Arts threads and Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts threads, and DMCs. So they're all separated appropriately there. And just so that you can see, that's how they're going to look on there. So, now you don't see the label. That might be a little bit better, right? Okay. So there we go. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Love it. So that might get started in May. We'll see what pops up in May when I'm like, oh, I've got some starts. I'll be like, yep. Penny started. All right. Put it in a pretty bag. And next one, this one's just in a bag like this. It came in one of my kits. And this one is the Blue Flowers Seasons of the Heart Winter. You have to get the partridge and the little fox. So cute. So, and I've decided to put it on, everything over here my way. This is Minty Green Opalescent 14 count. So it's opalescent in there. You can see the sparkles. And I put it on a thread keep that I purchased. As what it says. I cross stitch so I don't kill people. So, and I cut that from Pippin Chip. Yeah. So these are the colors on there. So this is them on the opalescent minty green. And the heart on here, out the whole heart there, is actually in, I took the color off of here. It's a deeper gray than this. So it's in a very, very deep gray. And I decided, you know, means too much solid color. So I decided to switch it up to this here, which is a DMC 4010, which has got the blues and the grays and a little bit of like a white in it. And I thought that was kind of wintry and that would look pretty on my heart. So I've changed that one thing on it already. So that is the winter heart. Next one. Yeah, I'm getting ready for Mania. Let's stitch it all up. Okay, next one is Holiday Card by the Blue Flower. Now this one, like I said, it's holiday cards. It's supposed to be like Christmassy or something. That's how I take holiday card. And these look like poinsettias, so I can see that. But then we got the bees. And I don't think Christmas, when I see bees, that's a summer thing to me. So red flowers and bees equals summer to me. So to me, this is going to be a summer thing, not a holiday thing. But regardless, I want to stitch it. But I'm just, so you see one of my color choices, you'll see it be like, what? Well, because to me, it's more summer than it is holiday. But I've got the Called For Classic Color Works and then the DMCs that go with it. And I am putting it on this fabric that I probably did not write down what it was. I did not. I don't know exactly what it is. That's why. I got it from Etsy. And I know it's fabric flare because it's white on the back. So I know it's fabric flare and stamped. I'm wanting to say it's 18 count. Yeah, it's 18 count. So it's just an 18 count blue marble fabric flare. I don't know the name of it. But I went with the blue because to me, summery. And the red flowers and all of that. So the only color that I was kind of questioning a little bit on here, was it that one, this one? is this one. It's one of the classic colors. It's called Dublin Bay. And I'm just not sure. Not sure how well it's going to show up on there once I get like 1 strand or 2 strands on there. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up. But this color is in 2 pots, maybe 3. I'm not sure if that's the green or what. I can't see it from this angle in the light in my eyes. But it's in a couple of pots. That's the only spot that color is in. If I need to change the color of the pot, I'll change the color of the pot. It's not that big of a deal. So if it shows up, fine. If it doesn't show up, then I'll grab a different blue or a different color altogether. It's just a pot. It's not like it impacts the design at all. So that is holiday card. Call it summer holiday card. All right, next one. I only got 2 more. I only got 2 more peeps. You probably are all like, we're tired of you already, woman. Hurry up. You can pause anytime. I'm getting to be long-winded. I don't think I am. My opinion. All right, next one is Around the Block. And this is by J Designs. I got this from Julie of Running with Scissors. And I loved the holiday, but it came with the block. And it came with the fabric. And I had to pull the colors. And I hit my specialty threads. She recommended DMCs and stuff like that, but I was like, oh, it's a pink, it's a green, it's a whatever. And I looked at the patterns and everything, and I chose fancy flosses to use on the pattern instead of whatever she was calling for. You know, black is black coffee now, you know, things like that. Or like there's a pink here and I wrote rose petal. There's a blue, Beatrice blue. So I just changed it up a little bit with the fancy flosses. I thought that would be fun. And she also sent, I think I put it with the block because I didn't want to have it in the bag the whole time. There is a thing of floss. Let me triple check before I go through. Yep, okay, it's with the block. She sent floss that matches the fabric exactly so that it can look like this. So that'll be fun. Don't know about my sewing skills to make that happen, but we'll try. So that's Around the Block, different holidays. And then my last one, since I was placing an order for some of the specialty flosses for some of these different kitting things, I went ahead and I also found when I was stitching on sleigh, the Santa sleigh of my Nora Corbett, that, take off my glasses, I feel weird looking at myself with them on. I don't usually look at myself with glasses on. I'm usually stitching with them on. I need the help or looking at the computer, but not looking at me. At any rate, I found that I was missing one of the Qriket that I needed. And I was also looking, I'm like, I didn't even get the beads for this thing. What the hell? So I went ahead and I ordered the Qriket that I needed and the beads. And I'm like, there's something else that I had that needed beads. And it was this design. So I went ahead and I ordered the beads. And I'm like, well, since I ordered the beads, I may as well kit it. Because I've got, otherwise, what am I going to do with the beads? Or I'm going to forget where it belonged. And be all like, what are these beads for? Yeah. So it is for a sweetheart tree, the patriotic kitty. So this one required all the different beads, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, really, it was like 3 or 4 beads. I'm sure it's probably more than that. And I know they give me some of the beads, but they don't give me all of the small beads. So I went ahead and I just purchased them, even though I probably could have gotten by with whatever I had in stash, but I wasn't paying it that much attention apparently. So since I had the beads, I went ahead and I kitted it up. A big old thing of floss there. It's not that big, it's a tiny pattern for this. And I just put it on a leftover scrap piece of think that might be that sand. 14 count. I don't know. It's a scrap. And so that was my last one that I kitted up, was Patriotic Kitty. Yay! I'm sure you all are like, yay! All right, so haul. I'll show you what haul I have here first, and then I might put you on pause and run out to the mailbox and see what else I got in there. So the first thing I have is fabric from Barefoot Needlework, and I did keep it in the package. Hold on, sorry, I did not want to be crinkling in your ear while I got it out of the package. But this is from Barefoot Needle Art, and this is their monthly fabric club. I think, does it say the name on it? I know it says it on here, doesn't it? No. It's 20, oh, there it is on the back of it. Where them glasses at? Can't even see where it's written. It's hell getting old, people. Yep, I got 28 count. And it is called Spring Seas Lugana. And I believe that yeah, it says dyer, Barefoot Needle Art, so they do dye their own. And I'm gonna kind of fold it in half and just kind of roll it around so you can see all that marbling. Look at that. 28 count. Beautiful. Loving it. Yay! So I got that. My Silver Needle quarterly came in, and this is my stitching circle group, and of course it comes nicer than this. It comes in there properly wrapped, and then Penny goes ah and tears into it. So these patterns, I believe, though not counting this as complete gospel, but I believe that they are exclusive for maybe a year, so that's always nice. But they said you could make it, I guess it is a pin cushion. Stitching circle pin cushion. Okay, so it is a pin cushion. All right, let me get it apart because I have it together. Sorry, peeps. All right, there we go. This is from Cottage Garden Samplers, and it is a peacock. Let's see, here's the logo for the Silver Needle Stitching Circle. So right now it's exclusive to them. And I can show you this without showing you the pattern. It comes with the finishing instructions and template. And then I can't show you this, but like the whole inside of this, so there, the whole inside of this is a big, huge chart. And of course it came with the fabric. It's doubled up, it's not that small. So it's like, here's the fabric. And I believe they said it was 32 count. 32 count raw natural linen by Zweigart. And then it came with the Weeks Dye Works Deep Sea. And then the rest of them are DMC colors. And it came with Chenille for finishing. And this highlighting guide that's static charged or something. So cool little extra freebie or part of the kit thing. So, and of course it came with a needle. And I'll put that over here. So that was my stitching circle thing. I'm really happy with that one. I think that's really pretty. I was texting, I am with them glasses again. I was texting Kimberly of the that one stitcher. And I was telling her, I was like, I don't know. Maybe this should be my birthday start instead of the autumn bee. this one should be, and she's like, start both of them, it's your birthday. She's such an enabler. Crinkle, crinkle. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to run out to the mailbox and see what's in there, because there's going to be more haul in there, and that'll be fun. So, hold on just a moment. I'm back. Okay, so, before I get into what I have here, I haven't even opened it yet, so I'm going to open it live for y'all. Christine Stitch All the Things, on her last video, she was showing that she had the Grace Knows fabric of the quarter, and it was called Chai. It's so pretty. And I'm like, oh, I guess my order was held up because of the other fabrics that I ordered. So I ordered on 3/9, and the email said, you know, it could take 3 to 4 weeks to dye it and send it out. So, okay, that must be the holdup, is waiting on my other fabric. But I did get a shipping information notice that I should be receiving it any day. So, yay. So that might be my package, right? Okay. I was also billed Tuesday or Wednesday. I was billed by Fat Quarter Shop for my month-to-month June. And so that's already been shipped out. So that could be my package today. So I'm like, I know I'm getting something today. What came? Something I wasn't expecting. From 123. I'm like, I remember ordering from 123. I'm not exactly sure what I ordered though. I remember placing an order. Let's find out what I ordered. I know I was thinking that one of the things I wanted to kit up for Maynia. Yeah, I'm buying the patterns now, so for Maniac, because I told you it had to be quilt. It had to be kitted by May for me to have it for Mania. So I bought patterns so I could have it kitted for Mania. Actually, I only bought one pattern. One of them is, I decided that for Christmas, because I was thinking Christmas in July, and I was thinking not only do I need to, whatever I want for Christmas, I want to have Christmas in July stitching time for, but what presents am I going to do for other people? I need to plan on getting that stitched too, and early enough that Artie can finish it. I'm not finishing gifts. That's not happening. I don't have enough confidence in my own finishing skills to finish gifts. So it's a matter of Artie would finish those. So I need to have plenty of time for me to stitch it, send it to her to finish it, send it back to me to wrap it and have gifts. So I was looking through 1, 2, 3, and one pattern for my husband's mother is coming out of a Blackbird book that I have, and I'll show you that pattern when I'm ready to. But I know that I bought some things for that pattern. I was missing some threads or something, so I know I got some of that, and then I've got the pattern for his sister, and I think I picked out it looks like I picked out some fabrics that I thought I might need to go with those patterns. So it was all about those patterns, at least mostly. So I've got some Weeks Dye Works here, and I believe that these are from, I can tell some of these are Blackbird colors. You just look at them and tell, and some of them might be for something else, but yeah. So there are some Weeks Dye Works threads. And I just looked at the pattern. I forgot that I had ordered it. This is, I'm gonna have to get the damn glasses back on. I can see. This is sanguine linen. 36 count. I have not stitched on 36 count yet. I do 32, but not 36. So I got a small piece. It's only that big. I got a small piece so I could try 36 count. It's itty bitty. It's definitely itty bitty. I don't know how anybody does 40 or higher. Although I didn't know about 32 either. And then once I started stitching on it, I was okay with it. So, but I did get it for that. Okay. I don't know what exactly I'm stitching on it yet. It might be that blackbird one. But I figured I'd also go with a safe bet of a 28 count mocha cashel linen. So, and that's a larger piece for whatever. But I got the small 36 to debate on if I'm brave enough to do that or not. All right, so in my little, if you remember Christmas time, glasses off. If you remember Christmas time, I had bought some of those tart pans and some of those circles to do some different ornaments and stuff with. So when I saw this design, my sister-in-law and we usually have a glass of wine together and stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get that. That would be the cutest little ornament, and I'll put it in that little tart pan, and it'll be so cute. And I'll put that on the top of the present to be like the bow. So that's gonna be like the bow on the package. So I thought that was cute. So that's why I got that one. That's why I was smiling when I looked at it. I was like, oh, because I forgot that I had got that one. I knew I got this one. And this one is what her Christmas gift is going to be. And that is a Lizzie and Kate Bless This Home. They just bought a house last June, so they haven't been in it very long. And it's a white house, and it's up on a hill. And I was like, and she's always big on the, oh, bless your heart. She's very country. So I was like, that's perfect for them. So yeah, so I got that for her. So that was my extra haul that I didn't even have written down to tell you about, because I was like, when it comes, I'll put it on the video. And I wasn't expecting it to come before the other items. This morning, when I was doing that back stitching, I was watching Fox and Rabbit. And they were talking about this, I'm sure it's all over YouTube. I'm sure you've heard about it from everything. This was the first I heard about it, because I'm behind, I guess. But at any rate, they were talking about this Hearts for Pam with cottage garden threads. And there's 23 designers and everything. So I'm like, what is this? So, of course, I go online to check it out. So today, I purchased the Hearts for Pam bundle, the complete bundle. It comes with 10 threads that are by Cottage Garden Threads. I'm not sure if it's going to be exclusive to this or if they're threads. I'm not sure. And there's 23 designs by designers. And all the proceeds go to Pam and her medical bills and things like that. So 23 designs. There's Fox and Rabbit. There's Lindy Stitches. I'm going to check my notes over here. So if I'm not looking at you, I'm just reading a lot of the different designers. Fox and Rabbit, Lindy Stitches, Heart and Hand, Jan Hicks Creates, Ink Circles, The Blue Flower, Bendy Stitches, Rebel Stitcher, Witchy Stitcher, Mojo Stitcher, Jeanette Douglas Design, Pixie Stitch, etc. There's so many of them. I think that the availability of this is through the 20th of this month. I'm not sure on that. I'm going to post the link to the website in my description so you guys can go check that out. but it was $100. Well, I mean, you can break it up. If you just want the designs, I think it's $75. If you want just the threads, it's $50. But if you get the whole thing, it's $100. So kind of a no-brainer there, get the whole thing. So I got the whole thing for $100. And I mean, not even counting the threads. 23 designs. Even if I only like half of those, it's still at 23 designs. That's less than $5 a chart. That's like $4 and some change per chart. Then add in the threads. So it's like if you took that out, it would be even less money, or if you added that in or whatever. But that's a steal. So even if I don't like all of the patterns, even if I only like 10 of them, that's still $10 a pattern plus threads. That's still a great deal. So I bought that today, but they're saying they're not shipping it out till mid-July because they have to like get everything ready and this, that, but they're doing pre-orders. And I think they're only doing pre-orders to like the 20th of this month or something like that. So don't count me on the dates or anything like that. I don't know all the details. I am putting the link below so you can look at the details and see if it's something you're interested in or not. Check with some of those designers and see what they're saying about it or whatever. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. So in July, I'm going to get a bunch of patterns and some threads, and yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. So design business. Let's talk about design business for just a minute. I've got some new designs. I'm going to be posting them on Etsy probably next week. I'll put some pictures up here of them. I've got sunshine. I've got teapot. And my favorite is a USA. I love this pattern. This pattern turned out so good. Free patterns are available on my website and Facebook group. And this month's freebie has been the bunny. So if you want that bunny thing, I'll put a picture of the bunny. If you want that bunny chart, it's free for this month. After that, I'm not sure what its charge is going to be, but it won't be free anymore. So by all means, go check that out. Links to website and Facebook group are below. All right, giveaway winners. Before we do that, last couple of weeks, I've asked people to vote on my birthday start. And no surprise, I think there's only one vote for the tapestry of stitches. Everybody wanted me to do the autumn bee. So autumn bee is in a nice bag now, instead of that, just that clear bag. And just so that you remember, that's autumn bee. So I had it all kitted up, so all I had to do is throw it into a prettier bag than the clear one. So I will be starting that in the next week so that can get started. My birthday is on the 28th, and I'll actually be out of town, but so it's not going to, I won't start it on my birthday. I'll probably start it the weekend before my birthday, but then again, I got a lot of weddings that weekend. It'll get started at some point around my birthday. We'll just go with that and move on. Okay, so the giveaways. First thing was the Leslie Tier book with a bunch of different designs, floral designs. And you all know I can butcher names in a heartbeat, so I am just going to insert pictures here of the names with their comment so that I don't butcher it too bad, or at least you can figure out who you are. The first one is Michelle Ilton. And the next one is the Dragons and Unicorns book with 8 patterns. And here's some of them. And that is going to Kit Mar. Kit Mar. And then number 3 was the Design Works Watercolor Garden. And that's a complete kit with all of the stuff. And that is going to Sabrina Rand. And if all of you could please send me an email at, I'll put it right here, sagebutterflydesigns@gmail.com. It is also in the description, with your address so I can get these out in the mail. I hope to have everybody's stuff to where I can mail it out next week. I mean, obviously I got the stuff. I just want the address is what I mean when I say stuff. Hopefully everybody will watch the video and email me their address by Monday or Tuesday at the latest, so that I can get that as well as these out in the mail. So by all means, hopefully everybody can be on the ball with that. Of course, I know not everybody watches videos right off. I'm a perfect example of that, so I completely understand, but hopefully I can at least get some of these out. New giveaway. You know, y'all know the rules. Subscriber 18 years or older. Comment with the number. I'm just going to do numbers. It's easier than me trying to remember what the keyword is. With the number and answer a question. I added the answer the question part because I thought that was fun. When I know Artie did like a trivia for a while at Christmas time, and that was fun for everybody. Annabella's, she says it differently. I say Annabella's, but it's her business, and if she wants to call it Annabella's, I'm trying my best to remember Annabella's. But she had, she always does a question of the week, and so does Annie, the proper stitcher. So I was like, oh, that's fun. And I did it once with asking about the, what did I ask about? Oh, I asked about how you organize. So this week I'm asking you, how do you keep track of your stuff? I was watching Johnny Saxton. If you haven't seen him, I think he's got 3 or 4 videos. He doesn't have that many out yet. He just started. He's an Australian movie producer, television producer, something like that. He's in that industry. And he has the greatest stories and everything. He's just very entertaining to stitch to. So by all means, go check him out. But one of the things he was talking about was just, there's so many apps out there and so many ways to track the supplies that he was getting overwhelmed and confused and, oh my gosh, and I'm like, you're right. And it's like, I've downloaded several of them and then I put everything in and then I never look at that app again. Or I do, and I'm like, so I was just curious, how does everybody keep track of your supplies? And when I say supplies, I'm even going to narrow it down to mainly your threads. If you want to tell me about other supplies, by all means, please. But mainly threads, since I just got done organizing all my threads and everything else. And I want to hear how you guys do it. So answer that. And from there, we'll go ahead and go into the next giveaway. This is going to be number 1, Butterfly Fairies. There's several different ones. How many are in his book? The book, let's see here. Those are the top, back. Just those 2? Or are there more? Might just be those 2 in here. Let me double check. I don't want to lie to you. Yep, it's just those 2. So it's this butterfly. It's across several pages and it is in color. And this one. And that is number 1. Number 2, I'm checking my notes so I don't mess up. Otherwise I'll be sending you the wrong one. Okay, so number 2 is Sweetheart Tree. And they are 2 patterns. The first one is this motif one. What they call? I call it motif one. It was called Blue Mountain Bunny. And I already stitched it. It has my little check mark here, meaning that I've scanned it into the computer. Here's the other cutaway of colorway that somebody did with just that. Now, I don't want to show the pattern, so give me just a second. It still has its beads. I did not use the beads on this one. So it has the beads and the chart for this one. And this is a double. You also get this sweetheart tree. I showed you my finished version of the April showers, itty bitty kitty April showers. I did use the beads on this one, so there's no beads. So this one is beadless, and this one has the beads. So number 2 are both of the charts. Number 3 is going to be the 2 shepherd bush. The first one is love. And the second one is bulb. Now on these, as you know, I've stitched these. So these are my stitched ones. Love doesn't even have a check mark on it. This one does have the little check mark in the corner. I scan them, and I use the scanned version, so I don't mark the pattern at all. On these, let me just make sure I cover this up. On these, if you look real carefully, very faintly, I had penciled in my conversions and then erased them. Other than that, they're pretty much prestige, because I don't use these patterns. That's why I didn't mark them and then erase. All I did was just put some notes up there. So number 3 is both of these charts, love and bulb. So number 3 for that. 3, 2, 1. I feel like Guy Fieri in that Grocery Games show. 3, 2, 1. Go. Oh, okay. So I want to take a second to thank everybody for watching my videos, for subscribing, for having fun with me, giving me an outlet of my stitching. I don't really have stitchy friends other than Kim of that one stitcher. She's my one stitchy friend, so she gets annoyed by me, but nobody else is really my stitchy friend, so I don't have anyone to share stuff with. So I've been enjoying YouTube as my outlet to share, hold me a little bit accountable, that kind of thing. I'm now going to go into my personal section, so if you're not interested, thank you, bye, see you next time. And if you do want to stay, I'm going to cover Mom, Dad, and Beau, and there's going to be some Beau videos at the very end. So that's just kind of a quick update, and I'll go into it. So Mom, I'm going to put a picture of Mom up here. I've talked about her so much, I figure y'all should at least see what she looks like. So Mom had her doctor appointment on Wednesday. She's been eating better and drinking less. When I say drinking less, I mean alcohol. I'll be specific on that. That hospital stay kind of scared her. We had some heart-to-heart chats about her alcohol intake, yes, as well as her eating habits. She would start cocktail hour at 3. And I'm like, Mom, what time do you wake up? Oh, I usually get out of bed around 10. I'm like, really? So you stay sober 5 hours? That's awesome. She didn't like that answer. And she's like, I never thought of it like that. And I was like, and come dinner time, you're not hungry? And she goes, no, I'm not. And I'm like, maybe because your stomach is full of alcohol, and that's why you're not eating. Can we maybe not have cocktail hour till a normal time of 5? And you can have a martini, and then you can eat your dinner, and then you can have your bourbon, because yes, she's got to have her bourbon in the evening too. So I'm like, can we do that maybe? So she agreed to make those changes, and we talked about different healthy foods for her to eat that doesn't take forever to cook. It's just me. I don't want to take forever cooking. So yeah, so we had some talks about all of that. So she's doing better. The doctor did do some stability and balance tests with her, and she passed all of them. They drew some blood to check on her medications because she has lost about 40 to 50 pounds in this past year. We have a follow-up doctor appointment in about 3 months. And I took her to a specialty grocery store where she could get the different vegetable. Like she wanted some Swiss chard and things like that aren't in our normal grocery stores. And where she could go to the meat market and get one chicken breast and one small piece of salmon instead of having, a big, huge thing of meat. She's like, I just want a serving. So I took her to those stores to where we could buy that kind of food for her. I filled up her freezer with Omaha steak in the individually wrapped thing. So it's like you can pull out one pork chop, Mom. You can, here, look, it even comes with, here's the scalloped potatoes. So one scalloped potato, one pork chop, cook up your Swiss chard, and you're done. And it's all single portions. You're not wasting. Yeah. So all in all, Mom's doing good. And we've been communicating. I call her almost every day, text her or call her almost every day to make sure she's doing all right. But yeah, so it's doing good. Dad. Unfortunately, he's deteriorating. He's in either stage 4 or 5, whatever the last stage of Parkinson's is. I can't keep track of medical crap. I don't know what any of it is. What are you doing behind me? Okay, he's laying down. Trouble. Okay, so it's sad for me to see him in a nursing home, but it's the safest place for him. But he is in the final stages of Parkinson's, so it's just a matter of keeping him as comfortable as possible until he passes. There's no cure. There's no help for him. It is what it is. He was in the nursing home in a shared room. He didn't like that. I mean, none of us would, right? But yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. Well, we got him his own room. He found the single room came available, so we could transfer him into it. So he's happier for that. I went to visit him Thursday morning, and before I went shopping with Mom, and I chatted with him. And I was telling him about Beau and was telling him about whatever. My husband's fishing trip because he loves fishing, as you can see with the fishing picture. But I also, when I was chatting with him, I asked him, I'm like, are you in any pain, Dad? And he goes, nope. They're great at making sure I don't have any pain. And I'm like, well, good. I'm glad, pain management's a priority here at this stage. And he's like, yes. So everything's fine. Chatted with him. I bought him some special dark chocolate at a dark chocolate candy store that we have here that he really likes. So he was all excited about that. I think he was most excited about the dark chocolate covered Oreo. But at any rate, he was happy with some candy and stuff. And why not? It's like like I said, he's just a matter of time. Let him have the few joys in life that he can have. So at any rate, I'm sitting there talking to Mom, and I was planning on leaving out in about an hour and a half. And my brother sends me a text, and he's like, you're not planning on seeing Dad before you go, are you? And I was like, I already saw him this morning. And he's like, oh, well, his foot is all infected, and they're going to give him antibiotics he sent me a picture. I'll spare you the picture. But they sent me a picture of his foot, and he's like, it's all infected. Oh my gosh. But they're putting antibiotics in him, and I guess shots into his foot. And on top of that, they were giving him extra pain medication because he was complaining about pain. I'm like, I just asked him this morning about his pain. And then they were going to put him, give him extra pain meds and kind of put him to sleep and let him sleep the night. And I was like, well, that's fine. I already saw him this morning, but that's not what I got when I was there. It's so hard to be a parent of the parents. Oh my goodness. So, Beau's happier. We'll talk about Beau for a minute. So, our last Aussie was a Frisbee dog. He did the Frisbee. And my husband loved it. That's what he wanted, was a frisbee dog. I said, well, you had one, because this one's not it. I mean, Beau will catch a frisbee if you throw it. Sometimes he'll catch it, sometimes he'll just like, there it goes, that's nice. So he's not obsessed with it. One of the days I took him on a walk last week or so, he went berserk over some kids playing soccer. And I'm like, I don't know if you're more excited about the kids or the soccer ball, but we'll try with the soccer ball because I'm not having any more kids. So I bought him a soccer ball. So I've got a video of when he first got his soccer ball, and it's a full-sized size 5 soccer ball. And yes, he can pick it up. And since then, since he fell in love with it and was doing so well with it, we bought him a size 3 one, a kid's size one. So we've got a size 3 one. He likes that one better. He can carry it easier and that kind of thing. So he likes the 3 better. But he has turned into such a frisbee dog. And a tired puppy is a good puppy. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and show some videos and photos of him. And again, thank you to everybody who did give kind words and well wishes to Mom. And I hope you get a lot of stitching done this week. And I know I am, since I don't have on my own schedule and don't have to have somebody look at me and go, what are we eating? When's dinner? Are you almost done? Dinner? Don't you want to watch crazy reality show? No, I don't. So I have the next 2.5 days to myself. Yeah, so I'm excited about that, if you couldn't tell. Love the husband, but need some space occasionally too, especially when he works from home. So we're together like 24/7 practically almost all the time. And it's like the only time I get a break is if I'm going to a wedding, which I'm working, I'm not getting any kind of a break. And otherwise, if I go see the parents, which then again, I'm focused on them and taking care of them and doing all that. So again, not really a break. And then come home to we need to go to Lowe's to pick up charcoal. Why didn't you do that yourself? Why do I have to go with you all the time? But regardless, that's part of being married, right? So I have time for myself with nobody dictating can we go to, I was thinking about eating here. What are you cooking? Well, I was thinking about cooking that. All me. So it's nice. And it's good because now when he comes home on Sunday, it'll be like, oh, I'm glad to see you. Instead of you're still here. It's not that bad, but absence makes the heart fonder. So sometimes he needs to be absent so I can be fonder. You guys are going to think I'm horrible. Anyway, enjoy the Beau videos and a couple extra photos in there. Talk to you all next week. Thanks. Bye. Get it. Good boy. You chewing on your house stick?
I don't want it. I don't want your half stick. That's your stick. What makes you think I want it? I'm not gonna throw it, it could break something. It's yours. Here you go. You can have it. It's yours. Almost laid it on my toe.